What is your relationship with time? Do you feel loved in your relationship with time? Do you feel neglected or apathy in your relationship with time? Or worse, do you feel abused within your relationship with time? Put your answers in the comment section right now. What is your current relationship with time right now? All answers are accepted. How often do you even find yourself saying, there's never enough time in the day? I wish I had another hour in the day. I wish there was more time in the week. I wish there was more time in the month. Or do you feel time pressure inside your body? Do you feel time pressure showing up as dis-ease or anxiety, right? There's not enough. I don't have enough potato sacks to carry my potatoes, right? The potatoes is the time and the potato sacks is the day, right? And there's more time than there is day. Whoa, that would create time pressure for me. In fact, it did create time pressure for a very long time. I personally used to have an atrocious, abusive relationship with time. Time was abusive with me, and I was abusive with time. And I would feel very abused. There wasn't enough. There's not enough of you. You don't show up for me enough. Time, right? How many of you have that experience? If you relate to anything I'm saying, type the word me in the chat section right now. Look, like any relationship, be it with a person, or a relationship to food, or a relationship with a substance, or a relationship with money, or a relationship with your work environment, you also have a relationship with time. It is an entity in your life. And like any relationship, if you do not have clear expectations, if you do not have clear boundaries or clear non-negotiables with your relationship with time, you're always going to be at the affect of the other party if you don't have those expectations or boundaries and non-negotiables. And so if you don't have boundaries, if you don't have non-negotiables, you're always going to feel like a passive passenger in your own life. You're just in there and it's moving and everything's happening and you're being abused by the affect of not having clear boundaries. So it's important to me that you start thinking about, where is it time to set boundaries with time? I'm going to say that again. Where is it time to start setting boundaries with time? Is it less time doom scrolling on social media? Is it specific blocks of time to speak with a specific family member or person or friend or even coworker? Is it time to start carving out non-negotiable time to take a walk alone, even if it's 5 minutes, 5 days a week? Is it time to start understanding what are the 3 professional things I want to get done and what are the 3 personal things I want to get done, and everything else is just a bonus round? Think about time for a second. Think about your relationship with time for a second. And again, just like a personal romantic relationship, if you don't take the time to actually be present with that relationship, you're going to have dysfunction. The same goes with time. So here's my coaching question for you in your mini coaching session today. Where is it time that you started microdosing, carving time for time? What a weird statement. Where is it time that you started microdosing, carving out time for time? Meaning literally microdosing, carving time. And that's where you say, during this space of time, the only canvas I'm going to paint on is a walk by myself, a call with a coworker, dinner with a friend or family member. This is the time for that. And you go, this is the container of that time. Because it's easy to be like, oh my gosh, my friend keeps talking, or oh my gosh, dinner keeps going. No, you have the ability to say, Ixnay Imte, I've got to go. I'm ready to leave. Now, there is something to be said for being present and being in the moment and staying in that container of time. But if you're currently having an abusive relationship with time, I want you to start setting more boundaries and non-negotiables and more expectations with time, whether that's for yourself, with time itself, or with the people around you. And I'm telling you, I had to learn this in a very hard way. Carving out time is a boundary. It's also a habit. And once you start microdosing this idea of carving out time, the guilt and the anxiety around saying, oh, this time is for this time is for that, the guilt and anxiety about that is eventually going to start dissipating and decreasing, because you're going to start going, OMG, Ermengarde, I get more done when I carve out and create space for very specific things in my life and not allow other things to bleed into that time. Like all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my gosh, by slowing down and focusing on one thing at a time, whether it's something for you or something for work or something for your spiritual organization or something for gratitude, whatever it is, you start realizing I get more out of myself. I would have never believed this if someone told this to me a long time ago. A more realistic, imagine what it's like to have a more realistic, based in reality relationship with time versus a fairy tale relationship with time. Imagine what it would be like to have an increased sense of control. How many of you would like that? If you'd like an increased sense of control, type the word control inside the comment section, in the chat section now. When you start to set boundaries with time, you start living a life on your terms, not everyone else's, not time itself. So here's your call to action. 1, put in the comment section right now, where are you going to start microdosing, carving out time? 5 to 30-minute chunks. Let's make this small. Let's not implode our lives. Let's just start going. Like, where am I going to say this is the time for turning the phone on D&D? Where is it? What are you going to do? Now, go schedule it. Put it on a calendar. And 2, I also want to give you a place that you can start practicing carving out time immediately. It's in the future, but you can start carving the time out now. I'm holding a Positive Mindset virtual retreat April 26th through the 29th. Put it on your calendar now. Block out that Friday through the Sunday. Friday we start in the middle of the day and we go all day Saturday and Sunday. Sounds crazy, but this is a time that you can start practicing right now, setting aside time for yourself. PositiveMindsetRetreat.com. So, you can be a victim of time or a creator of time. You can have time happen to you, or you can have happen by you. You deserve to start to carve out the time for the things that fill your tank so that you could show up and do the best work of your life, or the best leading of your life, or be the best community, family member in your life. Take a breath. I know for many of you, this is a very different kind of topic to talk about. I do, though, hope you can carve out the time to join me at the Positive Mindset Virtual Retreat. It's an amazing experience. It's the second one we're doing. The first one was a dream come true. And I will talk to you in the Positive Mindset Retreat, this idea of microdosing, carving out time. And I'll work with you and the group about carving out time so that you can live a life on your time, on your terms. I'm so happy that you let me in your life as an opportunity to share time with you. I am your positive mindset and self-leadership coach. My name is Michael Ian Cedar. Looking forward to coaching with you again soon.